is relationship between types of surface of object and heat absorption and emission. Absorption and radiation of heat. Have you ever wondered why fuel tanks are painted in bright color? Okay, bright color. Fuel tanks. Okay, you can see this is fuel tank over here. So what color you can see here? It is bright. Right. Did you ever see fuel tank in black color? I think you never saw it before, right? I never saw it because it is always painted in bright color, such as white or silver. This is because bright color do not absorb a lot of heat. Okay, this is the main point that we're going to discuss here. Bright color do not absorb a lot of heat. Okay. Therefore, the evaporation of fuel is reduced. Okay, because we know that in the fuel tank, it contains a lot of fuel. If it is hot, it will evaporate. So if it evaporates, then the amount of the fuel will reduce when the fuel is transferred to the gas station, for example. The ability of an object to absorb or radiate heat depends on the type and color of the surface. Okay. Here is the point here, color of the surface and also type. So that are the things that we're going to see today. Okay. So actually in the lab, we need to do an experiment and we'll be able to see the difference. Okay, as usual, for now, we will just discuss it in our class, in our online class. You need to have two milk can. Okay, one is painted white, this one painted white, and the other one is painted black. Okay, and the can is covered with iron plate. This is the iron plate to make sure that the air in it cannot be transferred to the surrounding. And then we have thermometer in it to measure temperature. Okay, so we can supply heat in the middle of the two milk can, and the heat will be radiated and will be transferred to the milk can. And at the end of the experiment, we can see the difference of the temperature in two different milk cans. Okay, so from this experiment, we are supposed to find that the temperature of milk can painted in black is higher because it absorbs heat better than white milk can. So that is the conclusion for this experiment. Okay, we can only see this in the lab, but now we just learned the theory of the experiment. Okay, the first experiment is about heat absorber. This is the first experiment because it contains two experiments actually. The first experiment is about heat absorption, and for the second part of the experiment is heat radiator. Okay, heat radiator. Okay, what do we do in this experiment? You also have milk can. Okay, you have milk can. One is painted white and the other is painted black. Okay, and now we have hot water. At the beginning of the experiment, you have hot water. Okay, so initial temperature is recorded. You can see here initial temperature is recorded, and then observe and record final temperature of each can after 10 minutes. Okay, we leave it for 10 minutes and then we see. Can you hear me or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then you need to jot it down. You need to jot it down in the table here. Okay. Okay, this one. Okay. Okay, next. When an object absorbs heat, its temperature increases. However, when objects radiate heat, its temperature decreases. Okay, I hope you can relate this. So when it absorbs heat, what happens is temperature increases because it gains much heat energy. However, when object radiates heat, or we can say it releases heat, the temperature will decrease. Okay, now we need to look at the difference of the color of the surface. If the surface is dull surfaces are better at better heat absorber. And radiator compared to white and shiny. Okay. Any question so far?
No, sir.
Okay, now heat concept in daily life. The green building concept is an idea developed to reduce the effects of rapid development on the environment and our health. The features of green building are listed below. So I think this one, I want you to make your own reading about this green building concept. Okay, it's not very good for me to explain everything. Sometimes you need to do your own research and Google it and then find some information about green building concept. Okay, because actually this is a part of PBL, project-based learning. Okay, so we leave it here for now.